Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's Truth with Alonda Hassel. So I just wanted to pause today as a Tuesday's Truth and just really encourage us all to learn how to take deep breaths, learn how to remove yourself from certain situations. And I say that because there's just a lot going on in our world. There are a lot of insane, really bizarre things where people are just literally unraveling through politics and education and churches and just people getting together and certain just crazy things happening. Of course, school shootings and violence. And if we're not careful, we will become so consumed with all of these evil things that are happening that we would lose our focus and lose our foundation and our grounding. And I think it's so important that we all just kind of pause and take a deep breath and pause and turn off the television and pause and pray and seek God, because what is happening in our world is it's becoming worse and worse by the day. I mean, I don't want to talk about particulars, but so many bizarre things are happening. And if we're not careful, we will be overwhelmed and consumed with fear and anxiety and hopelessness and hate, because those things are happening in our world. And it's really important. A part of knowing your worth is knowing when it's time to seek God. It's time to really get into a position, into a place where you're making sure you're not overwhelmed by things outside of you, that life is challenging enough, that you're not overwhelmed with thinking about the what ifs. That's what anxiety is, right? It doesn't happen, but you're sort of ruminating and regurgitating on what could happen, and you become so overwhelmed with those feelings. And so that we can stay strong and keep our feet strong and sturdy and stable in our lives, we really have to pray. We really have to seek God in this season. We really have to be around people who believe like us, people who are not going to make us shaky or make us uncertain about our foundation and who we are and whose we are. We really need to be around men and women who can encourage us and who can, help us to see through another lens, who can make certain that we are walking in love and loving one another and respecting humanity, and not allowing the enemy and all of the things that he is using in this season, in this world, to try to get us off kilter. We need to pray. We need to be around people. We need to love. We need to be with our families and our friends and make sure that we're not only being around them because we love them, but telling them how we feel and, getting things clear and making sure that we're with people who can help us be our best selves. And then in return, we are around people who we can help them be their best selves. I feel like life has to be super simple right now, because there's so much that is complicated. We don't know genders. We don't know which bathroom. There's just so many. We can't ring a doorbell. Like, there's just so many things that are happening that are so uncanny and I think literally will make you sick in your mind and in your body if you keep pulling all of that in and not releasing. But we have to learn how to get in a position where we're not feeding on a diet of what this world is giving us. But we have hope. We have faith. We have trust. in God that He is able to do everything but fail. And I just want to encourage someone perhaps who was feeling overwhelmed or feeling fearful or feeling like there's no more hope because of humanity and because of how people are moving. But I just want to encourage you that God did not give us the spirit of fear, but He did give us power. He did give us love, and He gave us sound minds. And it's very important that we do our part and making certain that our minds stay sound, that we're not walking in fear, that we are walking in the power that has been given to us. And I really do pray that you can find solace in that there's some peace that comes from being reminded of who God is, and that we don't have to, we are in the world, but we're not of it. And we don't have to walk around with as if we're hopeless, because we're not. And I just wanted to remind you, as I reminded myself, that is my truth. I had to, turn the TV off and get to a place where I can just think and be clear and not have this dark cloud over my head because the world is literally flipping upside down. All right, so that is my Tuesday's truth. You be encouraged and encourage other people. We are going to be all right. We're going to trust God, and we're going to do what we have to build the kingdom. But you make certain that you are not in a place where you're feeling overwhelmed by things of this world, and that you trust God. I always pray, God, stretch our faith. If we got faith at this level, stretch it to the next level, so that we can believe you for great things, and we know that we'll be all right. Okay, that's my Tuesday truth. I love you all, and I pray that you have an amazing, fantastic, and safe Tuesday. All right, bye.